Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm joined by Darshan, who is a letting agent from Essex. He is the ARLA regional rep for Essex, been there 7 years. And he joins me today to talk about how he believes the lettings industry is driven by politics. Talk to me.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me along, Chris. Absolutely, this industry is driven by politics. We don't have to go far, just have a look at the number of, or the pieces of legislation that's been brought in. And the recent one is the amendment to the Section 8 notice. So it's forever changing, and I do believe that it's the politicians out there that actually look at that and they amend, and they come back to us and they serve it back to us. So in terms of, is it driven by politics? Absolutely.
Do you think that ARLA and PROPERTYMARK has made a good enough impression with government to ensure that they don't overstep the mark, but the laws that they change are fit for purpose?
Well, look, I think ARLA PROPERTYMARK has taken the initiative to be one of the stakeholders. We were the biggest stakeholder, and I'm proud to say we, because I'm a very passionate member of ARLA PROPERTYMARK, where when the working group, the Regulation of Property Agents, that was chaired by Lord Richard Best, we were part of that initiative, that think tank, to talk about the industry and see why this industry should be regulated. So yeah, they are taking it seriously, and there's more work obviously to be done.
Do you honestly believe that ROPA is a political act?
No, I don't think ROPA is a political act. I think what you've got to look at is that the idea of regulation is to protect the end user. That's the tenant. Why should a tenant be, why should he not have the right to live in a property that's decent and is managed by property professionals?
You yourself are a district councillor in Essex. What insight have you seen being a district councillor on your effect of the laws and legislation on lettings and estate agency?
Thank you, Chris. That's a really good question. Obviously, I've got to be very careful about how I answer this, because there are rules and regulations that I can share with you being on that end. Look, at the end of the day, the main role of a local authority is to ensure the safety and the good health well-being of their constituents, their residents. When it comes to the letting sector, what we're looking at is making sure that landlords their properties are up to a decent standard. That's a big thing at the moment, raising standards and decent homes for our residents. So that would involve making sure that the people that own the property are fit and proper, the landlords are fit and proper, and of course the people that dispense that service, property professionals like ourselves, are doing the right things, have got the client money protection cover. The money's going to be safe. It's in a deposit scheme. It's got the minimum E rating, because that's something that we're looking at as a district council. We want this, especially where I am, we want it to be carbon neutral by 2030. So we want to make sure that things are being followed.
Coming back to you being a district councillor, has that given you insight to how government make decisions when it comes to this?
Yeah, look, whenever we see a new piece of legislation that's been introduced in the industry, the one thing it does is it goes through a wash. And it's normally the research. I mean, it's often a myth. People think it's the actual MPs that make the decision. It's actually the researchers in the background that research what needs to be done in order to make an alteration in the market. And they then feed it to the local housing ministers and to MPs as well. And then it's brought into legislation. I know that firsthand because I know how the machinery works in the back.
Darshan, that's been absolutely insightful. Thank you for your time today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris.